Today, let's talk rationally about how to find a good rent-a-car. I consider myself a car person. I've been playing with cars since I was out in the backyard in the dirt. When I turned 15, I bought my first car, and over the years, I've had dozens and dozens. I've been renting cars for about 20 years. And initially, the cars were nice quality, low mileage, in good condition, and clean. I've rented desirable cars, Cadillacs, Volvos, Infinitis. I've rented my first hybrids, eventually owning them. But lately, I've found the rental cars cost more, are of lower quality, and have much higher mileage. Recently, I had a car with close to 50,000 miles on it, and it was not in good condition. I've recently rented a car where the battery went dead, and then the car rental agency attempted to charge me $169 for having somebody come by to jumpstart it. I've had cars where the air conditioning didn't work, cars that shake at highway speeds, and a car with a tire rumbling so badly I was worried that it would leave me stranded. Today's rent-a-cars are more like what used to be called rent-a-wreck. And that leads us to our question, how do you find a good car? The first thing I recommend is knowing your non-negotiables, things you must have in your car. For me, I insist on having lumbar support because of some back problems, and I insist on reliability. I want a car that will not break down. I generally drive long miles on rural interstate highways. I don't want my car to break down. Beyond your non-negotiables, I recommend you know what's desirable. For me, I like heated seats and power seats. I like adaptive cruise control that keeps the distance from cars ahead of you in traffic, goes slower or faster depending upon road conditions. On rural interstates, I like lane keep assist so you don't drift out of your lane accidentally. I like the rear sonar so that when you back into something, it warns you you're about to hit it. Keyless entry and start. I like a good stereo, and I like a car with Apple CarPlay and or Android Auto. In short, I look for the best equipped car I can get for my money. In general, I also reserve a full size with an upgrade coupon, which typically lets me get into just about anything on the car rental lot. But I ask myself, how does a renter find these things if they're not a car person? So I have a few guidelines. One is to have an idea of the models and the features, just a general oversight of what they are. Two is to go to the car lot, be it at an airport or a neighborhood agency, and look in the windows. And finally, three, to inspect the cars. And with those things in mind, let's go to a neighborhood rental agency, take a look at the cars, and see what we find. Along the way, I hopefully will give you tips that will help you to find the best rental car. Ready? Let's go. So how do you evaluate a rental car? This one looks like a good subject, Ford Explorer, probably my favorite rental. Let's take a look at the tires. First one, a Pirelli. Looks like it has some wear, probably 25,000 miles on it. And let's keep looking around. And now we're starting to see a problem. These are Hercules TerraTrack Cross V, something I've never heard of. Made in Korea. This means these have been replaced. Either there's too many miles on the car or they whacked into something. Let's go to the other side and keep evaluating. Here we find a matching Hercules tire, a very bad sign. And let's finish this up. And here is what you dread on your rental. This is a Pirelli as well, and it is flat. You certainly don't want this happening to you on a backcountry road in a strange urban area. You don't want to pay for the service when they come out from Avis, and they will charge you for the tire as well. That's why you want to evaluate the tires on your car. Here's a second Explorer. It's an XLT. Not as nice as the Limited we saw over there, but let's take a look at the tires and evaluate it. These are Hankook. Relatively good condition, probably 15,000 miles on it. Let's keep looking. Matching Hankook. Nice condition for front tires. Another matching tire, good condition. And the fourth matching tire. So even though the XLT doesn't have the heated and cooled seats and some of the other luxury features of the Limited, it is a better choice as a rental. Much likely more reliable, much less likely to leave you ending up with a flat like the first one we looked at. Here's an odd duck if you don't know your cars. This is a RAV4 from about 3 years ago, and yet here it is in the rental fleet. You can see the tires are not the originals. These are called Performers GXV Sport. They're relatively new, but the old tires have been worn out. Here's a couple of telltale things. This white lettering that you see on the hood, and also traces of on the window, are what they mark these with when they have problems and need repairs. This older car would not be my choice as a rental. Toyota Prius, a good gas mileage option for you. You can see it's already missing a front hubcap, something that's worrisome. The tires appear to be original. They appear pretty high mileage, I'd say 35,000 miles on them. You peek in the door, you notice it lacks lumbar support, lacks heated seats, I'm sorry. A little bit of damage on the side here. The tires do match. No rear sonar, but all the tires match, but they are pretty worn. Probably not a great choice for your rental. This Dodge Durango is a fairly popular model. Nice rental on the highway. The GT model with four-wheel drive, neighboring state. Tires are all Bridgestone, quality original tires. They do have some wear on them. I'd estimate 10,000 to 12,000 miles. But this car seems to be a good rental choice.